Many people's understanding of management is still stuck in the past. Keep people under control. Set KPIs. Focus on attendance management and reporting. Some time ago, we were fortunate to invite a super small team of authors. Teacher Liu Guanyu stayed as a guest at the Reading Club Live Broadcast Festival. His judgment was very enlightening to me. Management is not about people. It is the flow of information and trust between people. What does that mean? May I ask if the faucet at home is no longer running? Would you curse at the faucet? Obviously not. You will check the water pressure in the valves and pipes, because the water itself is not a problem. The problem lies in the flow of water. When returning to the office, when you see the team failing to produce results, you are often just cursing the water. Ask the person in charge. Accelerate progress and add KPIs. All you see is the person themselves, but rarely checked. Is there a blockage between people? Then what determines team effectiveness? Which two types of flow are they? The first is information flow. Information is fact, the boss's goal in mind. It's like what frontline executives have in their minds. Is it the same one? What happens in the market? Was it sent back to the rear in time by the front lines? If the answer is no, communication costs will be enormous. The second is trust flow. Trust is security, the fire in your hands. Do you dare to leave it to someone else? When the small stream goes wrong, my first reaction is to ask you for help. Still thinking about hiding or even shifting blame? If it's the latter, internal friction will intensify. Information, trust, none of these can be missing. One is information transparency, but the team is wary of each other. Nothing can be accomplished because although everyone knows the goal, but no one wants to be the first to reach out. A trust report, but the team was information closed, but it still won't get anywhere because although everyone is willing to go for it, but the direction is off. The result is often a group of good brothers, hand in hand, jumping off a cliff. So the real job of managers is to do it. It is about unblocking these two pipelines. How to clear the way? You can start with two indicators: information density, trust concentration. Let's start with information density. It refers to the team's goal of the team, understanding the current situation and path. Isn't it highly consistent? When top basketball teams play, players don't shout before passing, "I pass the ball, you catch it well." They exchanged a glance. The ball was in place because they have tactics in their minds. Opponent weaknesses are this information. Completely understand. The higher the information density, the lower the communication cost, the faster the decision making, and the other way around. The boss said this year they want to cut costs and improve efficiency. Mid-level transmission costs less. Grassroots execution is the same. After-sale service is best if you don't have to visit your door. If customers can avoid visiting, then they don't need to visit. 3 months later, the boss saw it. Money is spent less, but the customers have all left. With each layer of information, some authenticity diminishes. So how do you improve it? Ultimate transparency. Frontline employees need to be able to clearly ask the boss's true goals. Customer feedback. Make sure everyone involved sees it. Financial data should be disclosed when necessary. Who is doing what? Where is the checkpoint? Who needs support? Try to keep everything on the table. Of course, information density alone is not enough. Information spread out on the table, and someone still has to dare to use it. This is the second indicator. Trust concentration. To put it plainly, that's right. Do you dare to hand your back to your teammates? In reality, many teams are the opposite. Except for that, the first reaction isn't how to fix it, but who is to take the blame. Think before you open your mouth in a meeting. Will these words be recorded? Problems arose later. Will they be held accountable? In low-trust teams, a lot of energy is spent protecting yourself. There was little energy left to get things done. What to do? Full empowerment. Let those responsible for the results be accountable. They also have corresponding decision-making power. Project leader. You can make decisions within your budget. Frontline employees. Encounter reasonable special customer requests. It can be handled on site. Professional leader. In his own field, he can say something. That's settled then. On the contrary, if a person carries the results but they have no decision-making power, he will soon understand. This isn't something I can decide. There's no need to be too sad. When everyone is counting on the boss to make the final call, the team gradually loses its sense of agency. So true trust isn't just about words. Instead, it is through full authorization. This action proves it. Actually, what the team truly needs. We have never been a group of employees who only follow orders, but a group of people who can shoulder the burden. The information density is sufficiently high. They know exactly where to go, able to think independently, and to hold the front alone. The trust concentration is high enough. They knew there was someone behind them, back to back, entrusting each other to one another. Such people are not just employees, more like partners. But the problem many managers face is still using the old method of using screws to manage today's partners. The finer the detail, details. People are less likely to make reckless judgments. The tighter the control, the more people lack responsibility. The highest level of management. It's not about making people obedient, but rather a direction that gives people action, and they have the confidence to get things done. Let's encourage each other. Follow you run, lowering the cognitive barrier for business.